Unstable self-image, the why of things, part 5 of 15. In healthy relationships, people tend to have a stable sense of self, even through difficult times. When someone's identity swings from one extreme to another, it can be deeply disorienting for those around them. One of the defining characteristics of cluster B personality disorders is an unstable or shifting sense of self. This means that individuals often struggle to maintain a consistent identity, leading to frequent changes in how they see themselves, and in turn, how they behave towards others. Their instability in this self-image can result in unpredictable, erratic behavior that leaves those around them feeling confused and unsure of where they stand. So, for example, there was one night I got a very weird text from this person I was with, and she was like, "Do you think I'm pretty?" And I was like, my mind immediately jumped to, being biased in this area, that some other person was telling them that they were ugly or slamming them on social media, right? And so I was immediately like, "I think you're beautiful, and that's all that matters." And she was like, "No, do you think I'm pretty in the face?" And I was like, all that matters to me is that, I was like, I think you're beautiful. Like, I find you beautiful. That is all that matters. That's all that matters. And if anyone else says otherwise, they can fuck off, right? Now I know that's what was going on. So, yeah, it sucks. The instability in their self-image can result in unpredictable, erratic behaviors that leaves those around them feeling confused or unsure of where they stand. Unstable self-image, what it is: an inconsistent or fragmented sense of identity where the person's view of themselves shifts rapidly. This can involve changes in values, goals, appearance, and behavior depending on external validation, emotions, or circumstances. What it isn't: natural self-development over time, or occasional shifts in identity due to personal growth or life experiences. While everyone goes through phases of self-reflection and change, people with an unstable self-image experience more extreme, frequent shifts that can feel disorienting both for them and for others. Why these people have an unstable self-image. The reasons for this unstable sense of self vary based on the specific traits or disorder, but they generally revolve around the issues of validation, emotional regulation, and fear of rejection or abandonment. Let's explore how this manifests in different cluster B disorders. IDD, Impulsive Disregard Disorder, ASPD. People with IDD tend to have a shallow sense of self. Their identity is often based on superficial things, status, control, or material success, and shifts based on their external environment. If their sense of power or dominance is threatened, they may react by radically changing their behavior or goals to reassert control. This instability is tied to their need for immediate gratification and a disregard for deeper emotional or moral foundations. ESFD, Extreme Self-Focus Disorder, or NPD. Individuals with ESFD may appear to have a stable self-image, as she did, but it's often fragile and heavily reliant on external validation. When others admire or praise them, they can feel invincible, but any challenge to their grandiose view of themselves can cause them to spiral into self-doubt or defensiveness. So again, the next day I'd asked her about that, and she was like, "Oh, I don't care, I'm over that. I just have," she literally told me she has periods where she does that. I was like, how did I not see this? But, oh well. Hey, emotional codependence will do that to you, man. Doesn't matter if you were a therapist or not, counselor or not, educated at a master's level or not, it'll do it. Their self-image shifts between feelings of superiority and inadequacy depending on how others respond to them. This instability can lead to drastic changes in behavior or appearance to maintain their facade of perfection. EID, Emotional Intensity Disorder, or BPD. For those with EID, their self-image is often tied directly to their emotions, which can change rapidly and dramatically. They may feel confident and self-assured one day, only to be consumed by feelings of worthlessness the next. Their sense of self is often dependent on their relationships, and any perceived threat to those relationships can cause them to question their identity entirely. This can result in shifting values, appearance, or behavior as they try to stabilize their emotions and maintain a sense of self. DASD, or Dramatic Seeking Attention Disorder. With DASD, the unstable self-image revolves around their need to be the center of attention. Their identity is often fluid, changing based on what will gain them the most admiration or attention at any given moment. They may present themselves as confident and charismatic, only to swing to feelings of inadequacy if they're not receiving the validation they crave. This can lead to dramatic changes in behavior, appearance, or personality, all aimed at reclaiming the spotlight. The impact of an unstable self-image. Living with someone who has an unstable self-image can feel like navigating a constantly shifting landscape. One day, the person might be confident, focused, and pleasant, but the next, they might be insecure, erratic, or even hostile. This inconsistency often leaves those around them walking on eggshells, unsure of how the person will respond to any given situation. Which, I tell you what, if you have to walk on eggshells around a partner, get out, get out, get out. That is not someone you want to be with. This constant fluctuation of their identity can create a chaotic environment in relationships, as their values, interests, and even morals may shift depending on their emotional state or external validation. For the individual with an unstable self-image, these shifts can be exhausting. I mean, you can imagine they would probably be exhausting. They may struggle to maintain a consistent sense of self and of who they are, often feeling like they're losing themselves in the process. This lack of stability can lead to feelings of emptiness, self-doubt, and confusion about their place in the world. The search for a solid identity often drives them to seek external validation or engage in impulsive behaviors that only exacerbate their instability. Protecting yourself. When dealing with someone who has an unstable self-image, it's important to recognize that their fluctuating identity is not something you can fix or stabilize. Trying to anchor them to a consistent sense of self, as I did, is often a losing battle, as their identity is tied to deeper emotional and psychological issues. Setting clear boundaries around their behavior and ensuring that you don't lose your own sense of self in the process, I definitely did, got it back, but there you go, is crucial for maintaining emotional well-being.